I'm drinking glögg. Oh, and it's not even red wine in it. What am I doing with my life?
Hey, weird. Weirdo.
Hey weirdos! It's Victor and welcome back to another midnight chat with me, and today I'm going to continue my rant on Skam. Now, if you don't know what Skam is, it's a Norwegian TV series, and if you don't know what the hell I'm talking about, you can go check out my other video that I made and talked about Skam, because I'm going to kind of continue where I left off. Yes, I needed to talk about Skam again, because the last video, it got kind of sad at the ending. Can gay couples on television ever get a happy ending? That's also something I want to talk about, because can they really? I feel like everyone has like a sad ending. It was just, I was really upset and sad because I was afraid that they would end another LGBT couple with disaster and sadness. So yeah. I was really sad because I really feel like there's a lot of sad endings in LGBT couples, in TV series and movies, and for LGBT characters in general in these like fictionist worlds. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. But yeah. It ended really sad last time. A lot of you guys wanted me to talk about the next episodes and the ending of season 3 and Isak and Evan's ending, and if it was a happy one or not. So now I'm going to continue where I left off, continue the story from where I left off, and tell you my thoughts about all of this crazy shit. Or this beautiful shit. You know what I'm talking about. Now, where did I end the last video? Yes. With the really sad scene where it ends with Isak crying, and where Evan's ex-girlfriend had just told Isak that Evan is bipolar and that he doesn't really love Isak and that it's just all in his head right now. So the next thing we see is Isak sitting in his bedroom alone, really sad and confused and doesn't really know what's going on. And he gets tons of messages from Evan. Tons of them, with like really long ones and filled with, I don't know, like quotes or lyrics or poems or just a mixture of everything really, and obviously a lot of stuff is going through his mind and just everything comes in a bunch of texts to Isak. And to Isak it looks like, oh my god, Evan's crazy, he's gone mental, what is this? So the only thing like Isak is answering Evan is like, sorry, I don't really know what's going on right now, I'm really confused, can you please stop texting me? And then the next thing we see is Isak at school. He meets up with his buddies at lunch, and Isak is telling them like, apparently Evan is crazy and he's bipolar, and he tells them all about the happening with the hotel and, you know, the naked running out and blah 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 blah. And then his one friend says, oh, he's bipolar. Ah, cool. My mom is bipolar as well. And then Isak is like, oh, she is? Really? How is she? Is she crazy? Is it how is it? And his friend is like, no, she's okay. She's just bipolar, and that means that sometimes she's really up with a lot of energy and a lot of crazy ideas, and sometimes she's depressed. But other than that, she's completely fine. It doesn't mean you're crazy if you're bipolar. In this conversation, it seems like Isak understands that. But then he's like, Well, Evan's ex-girlfriend told me that Evan wasn't in love with me and that it was just because he was bipolar that he was like this and that he would never be interested in me. And all of his friends are like, really? Really, Isak? Are you listening to Evan's ex-girlfriend? The fact that Evan's ex-girlfriend are telling you that Evan is not in love with you, that's what you trust? That is what you believe? And that's when Isak kind of understands, oh, he's been overreacting a bit. You can see him be like really, oh, shit, okay. Maybe it isn't that bad that he's bipolar, and maybe it isn't true what Evan's ex-girlfriend said. So when he gets home later that day, he tries to call Evan. And it's pretty obvious that now he really wants to talk with him and wants to know how he's doing and stuff like that. But Evan is not picking up the phone. And you can see again that Isak is really sad. He's crying and he thinks that now it's over. Then one day when Isak is going to church with his parents, which now knows that Isak is gay. Both of them know that. He's been talking to his dad on the phone and he seems okay with it. And he texted his mom telling her that he was gay. And she texted him back that she would love him no matter what. He is her child and she loves him unconditionally. And that was really beautiful because he was really scared telling his mom because she's really Christian and he thought that maybe she wouldn't understand. But both of his parents understood and were fine with it. But yeah, he is at church with them. And then Evan finally answers him. Well, Evan texts him. This long text where he says, now I'm at the place that we met and I'm thinking about you and I'm really sorry about all of the stuff that I did. I'm so sorry that I didn't tell you that I was bipolar and I will love you forever. I love you now and no matter what happens, I love you and I'm just sorry for everything. It's pretty obvious that now Evan is depressed. He's on the depressed side. And you can see Isak just suddenly, whoa, stands up and just kind of runs out of the church. Because he's obviously going to find Evan where they first met. On his way to the place where they first met, we get to see like all of the memories they have. All of the memories Isak and Evan had, their first kiss, well, all of their kisses really, the hotel and everything is so beautiful and all of the memories are so beautiful with this wonderful music we get to hear while we're seeing these memories. And then you're like really, really scared. Why are you showing us all of these memories? Does this mean that it's over now? Does this mean that Evan killed himself? And that's what everyone's thinking, I think. At least I thought so. I was like, no, don't do this. Don't do this. Don't show us all of these wonderful memories and then and then make him kill himself. I was so freaking scared about that. I was so scared that would happen. So when Isak finally arrives at the place they first met, or the bench where they finally like had their real conversation, Evan is gone. Evan isn't there. And then you're like, no freaking way. But suddenly Evan walks out of a building right beside the bench. And I was like, oh, thank God. Thank fucking God. So yeah, but Evan is walking out of the building and you can see that he's really sad. You can see he's depressed. But then he sees Isak and Isak sees him. And they walk towards each other and then they embrace. and it's such a beautiful, beautiful scene. And then Isak says, "You're not alone." Oh, I get goosebumps just thinking about it and talking about it, because it's really, really a beautiful moment. Yeah. The next thing we see is Isak and Even in bed. It's the next day, the morning after, and Even is sleeping and Isak he's awake and he's looking after him, kind of. Just watching him sleep and caressing him, and yeah, just being comforting. And then he texts Evan's ex-girlfriend and says, "Evan is at my place if Evan's parents are wondering where he is, and he's fine. And also, I'm so sorry if it's my fault that Evan is depressed." After that text, Evan's ex-girlfriend calls Isak right back and apologized for everything. She apologized for the other night and how she treated Isak, and it wasn't Isak's fault, and she wanted him to take care of Evan. And then she gives him some advice about Evan, because Isak is really insecure and he doesn't really know how to handle Evan or how to handle someone who's bipolar. So she gives him some advice and says that of course it isn't Isak's fault that Evan is depressed. When Isak goes back to bed, Evan wakes up and he's like seems really sad, and he's like, "Oh, I should be going home. I shouldn't be here. I don't want to make you sad, and I don't want you to feel like you have to take care of me and watch over me." And Isak just says, no, I'm not sad at all, and I don't feel like I have to take care of you or watch over you. It's not like that. But then Evan starts saying stuff like, "This is never going to work. We are never going to work. I'm just going to hurt you, and you're going to hate me, and it's not going to work." And then you see Isak gets really mad, and he's like, "No, you don't know that. You don't know that this isn't going to work. You don't know shit. You don't know anything. Let's just take it day by day and minute by minute." And you can see that Evan likes what he's hearing, and then they decide that this minute they're going to kiss. And then they kiss, and it gets a little bit brighter and happier. And then you get to see Isak going back to school some days, and you can see him being happier already. He's being happier, he's more self-confident, and he's more social. He talks with people and seems really a lot more happy in general, and I think that's such a nice thing to see. And you can see that Evan has been spending a lot of time at Isak's. He's been staying with him for a couple of days. And you can see that also he is happier than he was. You can see Isak and Evan starting to joke again and laugh again, kiss again, and just be happy in general. And that made me really happy, but still, I was really, really nervous. I was like, are they still going to end this well? Is it going to be a happy ending? Is it? And then finally the end of season 3 is here, and it is one big Christmas party. So it's just a really, really cozy party where they do like Christmassy stuff and decorate trees and make Christmas decorations and drink and just have a wonderful time. And everyone's at this party. It's at Isak's and everyone's there. All their friends and all the people from the other seasons are there, and everyone seemed to be having a wonderful time. And also, of course, Even and Isak they're having a wonderful time. Kissing and joking and even making fun of like Even being bipolar and that Isak feels he has to take care of him and blah blah blah. And also Even telling Isak that he has to meet Evan's parents the next day. And so things are getting serious. And one thing I really liked with the ending of this series is Isak talking to one of his friends, and he's talking about how much more confident he feels now and how much happier he is now. Because before he had Even and before he came out as gay and before all of that, he felt fake and alone. And that even though he and Even has ups and downs and has been through a lot, that's so much better than being fake and alone. He would choose to have those really, really sad moments and those really, really happy moments instead of just no special moments at all, really. And I think that that was a really good conclusion in Isaac's storyline, with him finally being secure in himself, feeling more confident, and having a guy who really, really loves him. So this season ended with a happy ending. Yes! Happy ending for Isak and Even. It happened. It was there. Season 3 made it happen. But still, let's just hope they don't fuck it up in another season. Because they can still do that. Let's just hope that Even and Isak's happy ending stays a happy ending. That's at least what I hope. So yeah, that was the season finale and the finale of Isak and Even's season. And I'm really happy about how it ended and the outcome. How did you feel about the ending and the outcome? Did you like it? It was finally a happy ending for the LGBT couple. Yay! So, did you like it? Tell me down below. And also, if you know and have seen Skam and the other seasons, you know that every season has a new main character. You follow like a new character in the group, like all of the friends, or at that school you follow one new person. So who do you think is going to be the next person in season 4? Personally, I hope it's Sana, because she's such an interesting character. She's mysterious, she's cool, and she's intelligent, and she has this really cool attitude. So I hope Sana is going to be season 4. Please. It's going to be so interesting if it is. Who do you hope it's gonna be? Do you hope it's gonna be Sana like I do? Or do you hope it's gonna be Jonas, Isak's best friend? Or do you hope it's gonna be the funny but quirky and cute Vilde? Or yeah. Tell me down below that as well. So if you like this video and like chatting with me and like these midnight chats, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you like them. And don't forget to be yourself and stay weird. And I will see you guys later. Bye guys.